Okay. Ayan.
Okay, we are live.
We're back again. Okay, kulitan. May intro na tayo. No? May
Oo
ganun-ganun
nga
na
eh.
tayo.
Galing-galing mo talaga dun, bro. Diba? Doon may level up talaga tayo, diba? May pa-intro na.
May
Pero maganda
ganun,
yun.
no?
As in, pampaad ng pangpalegit sa atin yun.
Pero ano yan, para we can prepare sa background, di ba? Ng mga kailangan
Mismo.
gawin. Siyempre, here at Collective Kinetics, we do prepare for our content. Di ba? Hindi naman tayo biglaan na lang dito. Kahit bro
Mismo yan.
science. Okay. So, 2 viewers pa lang and let's wait muna.
Atay muna tayo.
Okay.
So, kumusta naman,
And-
Coach John? Kamusta ang iyong linggo
Nako,
so far?
sabi ko, kailangan ko talaga ata ng rest. Segue
Kailangan
agad
ng
sa
rest.
topic eh. No? Segue sa topic eh. Hindi, pero kasi di ba, syempre during the pandemic, medyo parang mataas ata ang level ng fatigue eh. Kasi may contribution si screen fatigue. Especially if you're working from home.
Oh, yes.
Computer,
That's right.
di ba? Computer most of the time. So, yan yung na-experience ko. Ikaw naman, Coach Anjo.
Okay naman. Ano ba? Medyo pabago-ba yung weather today, this week. Minsan mainit, minsan malamig. Pero huwag kayong mag-alala, hindi ako napasma. Kahit na malamig, mainit, paulit-ulit, hindi ako napasma.
Okay, puro segue tayo. Segue here, segue there. Babalik ba natin yung topic na yan? Kaya nasa segue natin. Anyway, how about workouts mo, Coach Anjo? Kamusta naman?
Workouts, ngayon kasi magkakaroon ako ng project next week. Kaya medyo nagbilang ako ulit ng macros ko for the last 2 weeks. So from 160, nasa na ako ngayon, 154. 2 weeks progress. Ang goal ko kasi hindi masyado mataas, hindi masyado mababa. Medyo first time ko talagang gawin yung solid na lean bulking. It's super hard. Kaya sa yung magbabulk ka muna bago shred. Alam mo yun? Yun kasi yung the very ideal traditional way of doing it. Pero ako, since I have projects, I cannot be super big. So if I still want to gain muscle, medyo kailangan doon tayo sa lean bulking way, which is ngayon ko talaga nagiging like super strictly ginagawa. Medyo mahirap kasi mabagal yung progress eh. Hindi siya yung bulk up size muna, buuin mo, sculpt your body, then shred. Pero okay lang naman since again, it's really what is your purpose for having this kind of physique, di ba?
Yes. At saka, siguro naman, Coach Anjo, well, hindi siguro. I'm sure na the progress is not different. It's just that yung nakikita, di ba? Kasi syempre when you're doing the random bulking lang. Wag na natin ilagay dirty bulk kasi parang masyadong negative eh. So when we say random bulking, yung hindi lean talaga na bulking. Hindi kasi syempre kumakapal agad kasi you're trying to gain weight without fat, di ba? So parang hindi masyado napapansin. Pero syempre, as we all know, the heavier you are, you also utilize your weight to your advantage. Yeah. When you're heavy, you could also lift heavier.
Yes.
When you're not cutting your calories, you're also extending your recovery resources. Diba? So para mas madali maka-recover for you. Buti ba si Coach Anjo, no? Nakakapag-diet. So sa ating viewers, sa 6 na viewers dyan, again, you may start commenting. Kayo ba? Kamusta?
Nagbibilang lang talaga ng macros. Yun lang talaga yung secret ko eh. Yun na nga, sa lahat din ng clients ko na tinatanong lagi, like, ano was the secret for, getting bigger or losing weight? Sabi ko, like ko sasabi, there's really no secret to it. If you want to be scientific about it, you should have data, di ba? And your data is when you count your macros, you weigh things, para at least hindi ka nang huhula lagi. Kaya hindi ako takot. Kaya nga, lagi akong flexible dieting eh. I can still eat anything as long as it's within my caloric range every day. I'm fine. Siguro magkakaiba na lang dyan is, let's say, kasi maraming nagkatanong din eh, na beginner po ako sa calorie counting, pero hindi ko po alam yung exact way to do it. Kasi yung iba, bibilangin lang yung calories. Pero iba din talaga yung body recomposition. Yung if your body is too much fat, then definitely you want to convert that part tanggalin yung fat and then more of protein, for example. So, those are the things na hindi pa masyado alam ng ibang tao. Ang alam na nila is just to count calories. Pero if you want to have a good physique talaga, medyo you have to restructure your body composition. Parang ganun siya.
Totoo. Ako, sabi ko nga ako, I haven't dieted since the last time na nag-diet ako. I think CHK. Nasa CHK pa eh. So ngayon medyo hindi tayo nag-diet. Pero yun nga, same thing din eh. It's just calories, macros.
Yes.
And siguro lagi ko din sinasabi sa clients ko, there is this false notion where you diet and you end up with the best physique ever without even lifting weights, trying to build muscle. Kasi syempre, if you don't have enough muscle, there is nothing to show when you shed off
yes,
the fat.
Yes, show.
Diba?
Poverty
Parang,
abs.
diba? Ang liit mo tignan. Diba?
Yun na nga.
Oh, sa gym, di ba, may mga ganyan, bro, parang ang liit mo. Ang sama, no? Nakaka-insulto.
Nakaka-insulto, no? Parang, teka, nag-build ako ng muscle dito.
Di ba? Hindi ba pwede maghintay? Unti pa to. Dalawang linggo pa. Ganun eh. No? Parang ang liit mo. Hindi, pero yun nga, it is what it is, di ba? Siyempre, it's slow to build muscle din. Kaya maganda din yung sabi ni Coach Anjo, di ba, na you start your, not so much yung bulk, pero siyempre, you have to build yung muscle mo din while doing this one. Okay. Yung, siguro when it comes to protein and the macros, kasi it helps din. Parang ako ang ginagawa ko, I'm not sure with Coach Anjo, pero sa akin, sa clients ko, ang ginagawa ko kasi, intro would be calories. Tapos, syempre, you drop your calories. Tapos, after the calories, you start introducing macros. Diba? Na you have to have 0.8 grams per kg protein to 2 times up to 1.5 para mga ganyan. May mga computations na ganyan eh. And then, after you be flexible with the other macros, syempre, hopefully, you're choosing the good things. Diba? You're choosing the good complex carbs and yung mga good fats. So mga ganun. And yun nga, protein and fat, they help with satiety. But again, there are implications if sobra-sobra din. Diba? Yeah, although, bihira naman makasobra. How about you, Coach Anjo? Your take on this one while we're waiting. Off topic, no?
Yun na nga eh. Again, proteins, kung gusto nyo talaga ng muscle building, protein, and ikaw ba, ano ba yung pinaka-protein requirement mo? Ako, I still stick to 1 gram per pound. Pero, I think recommended yun for those who are really into bodybuilding, di ba? If you're like a normal exerciser, di naman siya talaga, like, if you don't really have to reach that.
Okay. Usually kasi ang recommendations would be 0.8 grams per kg.
0.8.
Yes, yan, daily recommended yan eh, 0.8 grams per kg. Tapos your 0.8 grams per kg, it's a little bit lower for females. Parang ganun. It's a little bit lower for females. For males, ganun. Pero again, upwards to, sabi nga ni Coach Anjo, tama yung sabi ni Coach Anjo, it's 2 per pound. Kaya kg nga lang yung project. So it's 1.5, etc., etc. Ganyan din. So, similar. Again, you don't have to take in sobra-sobra, especially if you're not working out. Diba? Yes. Pero if you're working out, you would benefit from that because of the breakdown sa muscle mo. You would want to build muscle. Okay. So, what else? Ano pa ba under the sun na mga pag-usapan natin? Motivation. Siguro good topic yan, no? Eventually. Motivation.
Maganda. Pero maganda ipasok dyan, more of syempre, since motivation is more in your mind, in your, like, the way you think. So, maganda ipasok siguro yung mental, not really mental health, but the mental aspect of training. Yes. Or the mental aspect of fitness.
Sports psych, diba? Sports psych, ganyan.
Yeah.
Para sa mga viewers dyan, si Coach Anjo ay tama ba? Psychology.
Psych-grad. Yes.
Yes, undergrad psych. Okay, and in sports science, yun nga, we do have a lot of courses in sports psychology as well. So, abangan nila yan. Okay, announcement muna. We have 5 viewers. Bumaba na ulit.
Announcement.
I-announce eh. Okay, so announcement, we are also on Spotify. And yung What the Fat namin has been uploaded to YouTube already. So, for those of you who've missed this one, you can rewatch. Tama ba? Rewatch. Okay.
Pwede. Rewatch. Oh. Or
Rewatch,
for
di
those
ba?
who haven't watched it yet, may chance silang mapanood.
Yes. 'Di ba? Para you have a grasp din on paano pa 'to nagsimula lahat, 'di ba? Paano nagsimula
Yeah.
tong collective kinetics. Okay, so anyway, hi to our five viewers. Six na pala. Okay,
Na.
nag-iiba-iba. Sorry, hindi namin na-update agad. But again, hi, don't pa-shoutout kayo, okay lang din. Pa-shoutout tayo kay Coach.
Yes.
Fan sign. Hindi, wala fan sign. Wala kaming pen and ano. So,
Pero
ganun.
maganda kasi dyan, guys, mga sa ating 7 viewers, 7 viewers, itong chance na to, kaya siya Breaking Bro Science, kasi we're trying to answer those questions na naririnig nyo lang sa gym or naririnig nyo lang sa friends nyo, na if you think na you still have to know more about it, maybe you can throw the question to us, and then we can probably share our knowledge, opinion on it, di ba? At least, yun ang maganda sa mga live stream kasi since it's live, you get to ask the questions live also. So, guys, let's make our live stream interactive by asking questions. Kahit ano pa yan. Kung gusto nyo nga personal love life namin, okay. Lahat na pala.
Naalala ko yung what the fat pa no? Yung what the fat
Wala
natin,
ganun
may mga
no?
love
Lagi
life talk na
pumapasok na
yan
ganun questions
Yes, naalala ko si Miss Karen. si Miss Karen ata yun. Yung nagsasabi tungkol
Sila Miss Karen tsaka sila Miss Kia. Meron kasing live stream si Kia ngayon sa Kumu. Siguro nag-end pa lang yun. Kaya wala pa sila dito.
Di bale. Again, we are on Spotify and on YouTube. Diba? Para kung gusto natin humabol, okay, on the topics, pwede natin balik-balikan yan. Okay, so anyway, let's introduce the topic muna. Let's introduce siguro the topic. Okay, para meron tayong pinag-uusapan na. Ay, tapos na, sabi ni Miss Karen.
Ayan, Karen, welcome sa live stream.
Okay, shout out kay Miss Karen.
Kay Miss Karen.
Okay. Ang nag-bring up ng love life topic ng what the fuck.
Ito talagang favorite ng topic si Miss Karen. Lagi.
Okay. So anyway, our topic today would be rest. Kasi di ba, ikaw ba, Coach Anjo, nakita mo na ba yan? Usually sa mga memes yan di ba? Rest is for the weak.
Rest is for the weak.
Bakit
ba may mga kailangan patunayan?
Baka, di ba? Baka, hindi natin alam.
May patunayan tayong rest is for the weak. Pero yes, tama ka, Ayan na! Chef Kia, congratulations pala for a successful live stream kanina. And welcome sa ating live stream here on Collective Kinetics. And we are so happy to see you guys here. Ayan na.
Akala namin nag-rest na din kayo. Segway na naman no? Puro segway yung topic natin Puro segway. Rest is for the weak, sabi ni Miss Kia.
Mabel is also here. Hello, shout out to you.
Shout out.
Mabel.
Yan, client ko to. Okay, si Miss Mab. Okay, so Ma'am Mab, okay, again, don't hesitate to participate. Kahit na first time ata, second time, lurker, may ganun ba? Again, if you are
yung mga silent spectators lang din, mga ganun.
Di ba? Yung silent spectators, wag na kayong mahiya, your collective coaches, ano naman kami, approachable, we entertain yung questions.
Yes.
Ito pala, share natin. Sabi ni Miss Kia,
it's for the week, for the whole week.
wag naman ganun. Wag naman
pero
ganun.
malalaman yan, malalaman yan kung okay ba yun. Kailan ba yung mga tamang rest periods? I think yan ang maganda malaman kasi yan ang topic natin today.
Yes. Importante ba siya? Dapat ba workout lang pinapansin natin, di ba? Wala na tayong masyadong pinapansin na iba. Diet and workout, yan lang ba? Okay. So let's start the topic with rest. Ikaw, Coach Anjo, ano experience mo sa rest? When you're starting?
Okay. When I was starting, lalo na ito, siguro I can share my experience with bodybuilding para may context tayo ng regular athlete or regular person with someone who competes. Sa bodybuilding kasi, there's something we call peak week. Ito yung part na na grabehan na yung condition or yung state ng bawat athlete kasi marami ka nang dinedeprive para lang ma-achieve mo yung certain physique. So, if we're going to talk about rest on a normal basis, yung rest, for me to, yung rest, you need it, syempre, to recover your muscles, to recover everything. Kumbaga, to recover whatever's been spent when you're working out. But when it comes to bodybuilding, importante yung rest. Kasi, lalo na pag peak week, kasi wala kang energy eh, nagdi-deplete ka eh. So parang, wala ka ng resources to move. So parang kahit na i-try mo talagang mag-rest, I mean mag-workout, it's really like taking a toll already. Kaya pinaka-importante yung rest, in other words. I don't know if that makes sense, pero gusto ko lang makita yung difference ng, we need rest to recover as compared to someone who competes in a bodybuilding setting. We need rest talaga dahil you cannot flex your muscles if you don't have energy, if you don't, alam mo yun, sa stage kasi
Exactly.
you're flexing the whole time. Baka mamaya, kaka-flex mo, wala ka ng energy. Maubusan ka na ng lakas, mahimatay ka.
Shout out kay Service Dam, okay, sa professor namin.
Professor namin sa
Sabi,
wisdom, sabi niya,
paano kung
sabi niya bro,
nag-rest ka ng isang araw tapos napasarap ang rest mo, never ka na bumalik sa pag-workout? Okay lang ba yun? Again, sir, it's up to your goals. If ang goal mo ba is not to work out, parang baliktad, no? If your goal is not to work out, I think rest is the best thing.
yeah.
Biglang ganun eh. Anyway, so i-share ko lang din. Sa akin naman siguro, before athlete days, yung fencing naman, honestly, it's not my chosen sport. Diba? Iba talaga yung sport ko, pero I ended up in that sport din. So I was participating in my sport while competing. So sorry coach kung naririnig mo to ngayon. Teammates. Okay, so I was training for another sport while competing in this sport as well. Tapos talaga syempre bata tayo, 'di ba? Parang walang pakialam during that time eh. And then eventually, in one of my training days, di na lang ako makatayo. It's not ACL, pero parang something is weird sa joints na ayos na
Ah,
gumalaw. And yun, nag-therapy ako and I think I have loose joints. Hindi ko na maalala yung diagnosis eh. Kasi kailangan ako i-escort. So that's the time na sabi ko parang I need to think about what I'm doing kasi hindi pala pwede yung basta-basta. Parang
right.
ganun yung nangyari. Although I could also relate dun sa kay Coach Anjo, yung peaking nga kasi, diba? Eventually, ako I don't compete in powerlifting pero as a strength enthusiast, usually I peak towards testing my 1 RM. Not 1 RM, around 3 RM. Pero sometimes I get to reach yung 1 RM. So syempre, definitely, that's taxing eh, di ba? Especially if you will lift the weight na
Oo.
hindi mo, minsan mo lang ibubuhatin, tas isang beses lang, tas yung pinakakaya mo, that's taxing. So definitely,
Yes.
yun yung kailangan eh. Kailangan mo din ng rest. So siguro, let's break it down. Rest in between sets. Yung
Mm.
pinaka-micro rest, di ba? Rest in between sets. Is it important or is it not important? Parang pangit ng tanong ko eh. Is it important? Is it not? Ito manggagaling to dun sa shinare ni Sir Wisdom sa class before.
Ah, yes.
Sabi ni Sir Wisdom kasi, what's your goal? Are you training to build muscle or are you training for a certain rest interval? Diba? Which is quite true, diba? If you're
Uh-huh.
training for something, let's say, we all know na when we're lifting, we have to reach volitional fatigue. Ba? Scientific na naman
Volitional
tayo.
fatigue.
Volitional fatigue. Okay, so sorry, pero yan, volitional fatigue. So in a way, parang fatigue, in a way, closer to yung sagada ng muscle. So
Uh-huh.
not yung maximum guys ha. Remember, we work out around 60 to 80% of the max. So parang ganyan. So you're working out and definitely you need to have enough weight, enough volume, enough of everything for your
Yes.
body to change. Diba? Yan yung nangyayari. And since we have this set of parang rules when we're lifting, sabi nga, your rest times, recent studies, pinoint out din ni Sir Wisdom to, recent studies show na you should rest in order to accomplish work.
Mm.
Diba? Kasi your workouts, it's your work. If you're resting too short and you're not getting your work done, mali yun. If
Right.
you're resting too long naman, na lumalamig ka, tapos you're also not being able to do the work, mali din yun. You should rest enough para to be able to accomplish the intensity, the volume,
Volume.
okay, the frequency, etc., etc. Yun ang take ko dito sa rest times. Eh. Kaya ako ever since nung nag-start ako powerlifting, strength training, I mean, nung bumigat ng bumigat yung buhat, I rest hanggang kailangan ko to be able to lift my eksaktong weight. Kasi I don't want na may I'm not training for the rest times eh. Again guys, we're not saying na training for rest is bad. Kasi pwede naman maybe there's an event na you have to rest for 3 minutes and then do this, 4 minutes and then do that. If that is the case, then having a designated amount of time for resting would be beneficial. Diba? Pero if you're training for, let's say, yun nga, strength, maybe the focus should be strength. So rest enough to be able to lift the weight. Or maybe
Meron
if you're trying
sige.
volume.
Yes? Tuloy lang, Coach Jan.
Ay, hindi. Yun, ano na putol na Yun, I mean, yun na yung last eh. If you're training
I
for
was about
volume.
to ask ano ba, since we're talking about rest in between sets, yun nga, I remember sa turo ni Sir Wisdom, depende yan sa goal natin if you're training for strength, for power, for endurance, or for muscle hypertrophy. Di ba iba-iba yan? So ano ba yung, para mas ma-visualize ng audience natin, no? Ano ba yung dapat na amount of time to rest in between sets?
Okay, pull up natin yung notes. Natabi ko pa.
Actually, dito na ako sa notes din eh. May notes na din na rin.
Naunahan na ako ni Coach Anjo.
So, yun na nga, again guys, we just want to say na it really depends on your goal, lalo na sa mga gym enthusiasts dyan, sa mga nagle-lift ng weights. Di ba, hindi nyo alam kung ano ba yung right time or right amount of minutes or seconds to rest para lang makapag-set ka na ulit, di ba? So, according sa notes, well, di talaga ito yung exact notes ni Sir Wisdom, but nung nakita ko to, nung lumabas to, nung nire-research ko, parang I remembered, oh yes, we had this topic. So, if you plan to train power and for example your max strength, yung mga one rep na yun, one max rep, diba? Yung mga ganyan. Usually you will take 3 to 5 minutes ang rest. So I think that's enough time for you that you can say na you can lift again yung lalo na kung mag-one max. You can correct me Coach Jan anytime in between if meron akong di nasabi. Yun. So, kasi you want to really recover first before you can lift that super, super heavy weight. Lalo na kung one max rep yung goal mo, di ba? Max strength yung goal mo. So, you need that ample amount of rest para ma-achieve mo yung strength na yun. Kasi nga, ang habol mo, yung max strength mo eh. Di ba? Yung ibubigay mo yung buong strength mo eh. So magsaset ka ulit. Kung magsaset ka ulit, definitely, kailangan nakapahinga ka, well-rested ka, or 100% ka ulit bago ka mag-lift ng weights. Goes with power, it's almost the same, 3 to 5 minutes ang rest period bago ka mag-next ng set. So ibang usapan naman, if you're going to talk about endurance or muscle gain, or if you want to build muscle, ibang recommended rest time for that in between sets. So kapag endurance, usually 20 seconds to 2 minutes ang pwede mong ibigay na rest para ma-practice mo ang endurance naman. Hindi power. There are difference dun Power, endurance, magkaiba talaga yan. Kaya pati yung rest periods natin, magkaiba din. Same goes with muscle gain. Usually 30 seconds to 2 minutes din. So, ayun, naalala ko lang dahil pinag-usapan natin to dati sa notes ni sa klase Sir Wisdom Kaya parang, I think it's okay to share this since we're talking about rest periods din in between sets.
Yes. Maganda nga yung shinare ni Coach Anjo kasi for beginners, syempre minsan parang we're too eager to do it.
Right.
Tapos sometimes naman we're too demotivated to do it na parang, Coach, mamaya na, nag-Facebook pa ako eh. May mga ganyan instances.
Uso yan, nag-cellphone every set, di ba? Uso-uso talaga.
Pwede, di ba? Mamaya nanonood ng collective kinetics. So again, guys, when you're resting, don't worry, okay lang to watch collective kinetics. Hindi, pero tama yun. These are guidelines kasi it depends on your goals. Diba? It depends on your goals kung gaano katagal. Kasi there are a lot of factors involving kung gaano katagal ka din maka-recover. Kasi, syempre, you have your glycogen depletion, your buffering system, or your buffering capacity, etc., etc. So, dyan kasi papasok lahat yan eh. Pero yun nga, don't be boxed din with the time. Kasi these are for beginners. Kasi baka may mag-type sa chat dito, sabi, Coach Anjo, 5 minutes and 1 second ako nag-rest. No, nag-power training ako. Mali na yan, di ba?
So, sabi ninyo, no?
You can rest based on your goal. If you still can't lift it, and you have the proper program naman, you can't give 100% and you need maybe 10 more seconds, then do an additional 10-second rest, di ba? Pero ganun lang yun. Maganda yung sabi ni Coach Anjo. Kasi the higher the intensity, power and strength, apakataas ng intensity.
Yes.
But for hypertrophy, more on volume, a little bit lower
more volume,
intensity.
more preps. Yes, I agree.
The higher the intensity, usually the longer the rest times for each set. Ganyan yung nangyayari. Meron, share natin to. Kaya pala yung iba, thumb nila yung lumalaki. Kasi enough rest. Kaka-cellphone. Okay.
Pero alam mo, interesting yan eh, di ba? Ano bang nagagawa talaga ng kaka-click ng cellphone? Meron bang like physiological effect or something, I don't know.
Hindi ko pa ata na research yan. Pero unless siguro tinatali mo yung dumbbells dun sa cellphone mo, di ba? That is your workout for your bicep, di ba? Pero ayun, siguro I pulled out something. This is based on a previous paper, I think. Kasi para nakita ko na lang to dun sa sa download section.
Okay.
Okay. So kasi ayun nga, the buffering capacity is also important. Sabi pala ng wife ko ito. Okay, nanonood pala siya. Guilty daw siya pag K-drama between sets.
Ano yung 30 minutes in rest? Kalimutan mo na mag-left.
Kaya pala nakikita ko yung wife ko, umiiyak habang nagbubuhat.
Akala ko nahirapan sa workout, yun pala iba.
Nahirapan pala dun sa K-drama pala yan. Anyway, mabalik ako. Ginugulo tayo ng wife ko eh. Ginugulo tayo. Sabi din ni Miss Kiyo, napatagal daw.
Oo nga. Grabe na kasi Excel.
Paano, Coach Anjo, in the middle of the rep? Ang ganda ng eksena. Nag-post.
Loko, ano pipiliin nyo? Manonood ka pa mag-rep. Hindi, i-hold na talaga niya. I-hold niya, mag-focus siya.
I-hold niya. Kasi baka... diba?
Hi. Anyway, meron tayong special guest. Hi ka muna.
Hi! Ayun! Meron tayong extra viewer, pero not online, in real life. Diba? Tapos na yung pandemic para real life na talaga.
Correct.
Okay, so back tayo sa buffering capacity. Kasi di ba when we're lifting weights, we have this muscle burn na nafe-feel when you're lifting weights. Kasi it's the accumulation of hydrogen atoms. So, nagiging acidic yung muscles. Kaya nga, imagine this, there is the buffering capacity, usually sa blood yan, that takes out this, parang waste products na lang. Sabihin natin waste products. Pero it allows us to get rid of this stuff. And when we rest, we allow our body to slowly get this out. Kasi if we don't rest, hindi natin maka-accomplish yung volume. Kasi when the muscle gets acidic, you will eventually stop kahit anong gusto mo. Ako, I've experienced this yung before, nauso yun eh, yung parang maxing out sets, reps. Parang sagad lang hanggang hindi na umaangat talaga yung muscle, di ba? Na-try ko yan before eh. And totoo yun, if you really max out yung buffering capacity mo, talagang titigil yan. Hindi aangat yan because of yung nangyayari sa loob. Kaya nga your rest would also help your body to catch up with whatever parang hydrogen build up or waste products. Di ba? Waste products.
Right.
Parang K-drama na ata yung topic natin sa chat.
Body goals. Gym body goals pala.
parang yun na naging, no? Sabay tayo
siguro sila, sabay sila sa treadmill. Ito na yung episode natin today.
Pwede, di ba? Parang ang rest nila talaga yung workout. Tapos
Yung
yung
work,
workout, yung
yung panonood
K-drama.
nila.
Okay, second set na ng K-drama. Okay, 3 minutes rest tayo sa bench. Baliktad yung workout eh. Ayan, mamaya to. Sige, balikan na natin. Total, ito yung kay Miss Kia. Ay,
Okay.
hindi pala to, sorry. Sorry, wala pa kaming mod. Eventually, someday, hopefully, we have a moderator. Ayan, ito. For the
For the
ladies.
ladies,
Sige,
okay
Coach
ba
Andrew.
na since we deal with hormones monthly, para yun na yung medyo long or recovery rest? Yeah. Kasi lagi niyang ano yan sinasabi sa akin, kapag meron nga, hindi siya talaga fit na, yung kumbaga hindi yun yung best disposition niya to work out.
Yes. Again, we've studied this and it depends on the female kasi.
Sabi niya,
'Di ba
yes.
some females could tolerate their parang wala lang eh. While others would have their cramps, they would have their yung muscle spasms, muscle pain, masakit daw yung likod, 'di ba? Sometimes naman yung init daw. Okay, syempre may asawa na ako na so alam na alam ko 'yan. Pag nag-workout kami, masama na tingin 'yan. Hindi mo alam kung ano nagawa mo eh. De, joke lang, joke lang. Baka may mga magalit eh, no?
Mamaya
Sabihin,
patay ka daw.
Hindi, pero again, if you can't work out, remember, yun nga, di ba, Coach Anjo, di ba, you have to reach this intensity. If you're not reaching it,
Yes.
di ba, maybe you could take the rest. And 1 week rest won't affect gains naman. Apparently, it's also discussed in our weight training class na if you take a rest for 1 week, hindi naman magsasubside
Yes.
yung mga effects unless you take a rest for a month. Parang mamaya i-verify ko yung exact times. I know I wrote something down sa notes ko na I think parang around 2 weeks. Pero sa ngayon don't ano muna yan. Mamaya na natin pag-usapan yung exact times. I'll pull out dun sa notes. Pero ganun yan. 1 week wala pa masyado nangyayari, then slowly you start deteriorating.
Yeah.
After. Pero, hindi naman bigla. Baka naman, Coach Anjo. Ikaw ba, Coach Anjo, pag nag-stop kang workout, bukas payat na agad. Wala na.
Pero ramdam ko yun after more than a week of not working out. Ramdam ko even my strength, yung endurance ko, bumaba talaga. Like, yun ang pinaka-ayaw ko lalo na with calisthenics or let's say if you're into martial arts or whatnot. Actually, in anything pala. If na-rest ka, ayaw mo mag-back to zero talaga eh, no? Yun yung, that's the hittest ka talaga yun. Yung pinaghirapan mo for so long and then rest ka for a couple of months or weeks, kahit weeks or like a month. Then mafe-feel mo na, oh no, back to zero na naman ako.
Kasi syempre, once you hit a certain time duration na hindi ka nag-workout, palaki. It's exponential eh. Parang 1 week, 0 or point
okay
something.
Okay.
And then after that 1 week, mag-start na yan. Tapos the longer you don't work out, pataas ng pataas. Sama pa natin yung psychological, pati yung motivational
yun din.
aspect. Diba? Lalo kang tatama rin. Okay, may question pala ulit si Service Dub. Paano to, Coach?
Paano pag matagal masyado mag-rest ang gym body mo? Change your rest interval or change... Uy, na-experience ko yan! Kasi minsan may mga sumasabay talaga na, alam mo yung, syempre, rotation yan, lalo na pag mag-weights kayo, di ba, rotation yan. Etong isa talaga, nagte-text pa, wait lang, parang kung wait lang, may timing yung katawan ko din. Alam mo yun? Parang ready na ako bumuhat. Ayun. Ano pa masasabi natin dyan?
Pero totoo yan,
i-educate lang natin yung mga kasama natin.
Paano kung si Andrew, kung ang tagal niya na nga mag-rest, ayaw pa niya umalis dun sa bench. Gusto mo na talaga yung okay pa niya sa bench. Wait
sign na yata yun na pagta na yung gym body.
I think, papalitan mo na talaga yan pagka gano'n.
Oo, nai-hinder ka sa progress mo eh. Tagal-tagal mo.
Although, studies show na if you have, sana wag mangyari sa inyo tong case na shinare ni Service Dub. Pero having a body usually helps with consistency.
Totoo naman. Motivation, everything.
Pag ganyan nga naman yung body natin, baka you get motivated to rest too much. Sleeping
Baka
nga ata
sinama ka
yan
pa,
hindi
bro,
na
meron magandang pinapanood, panoorin mo rin to, nag-rest na kayo parehas.
yeah. Sabi ni Miss Karen, no, dun sa bench natulog. Ay, nako.
Yun na nga yun na.
Nako. Yun ang mahirap talaga pag dun na, diba?
Yeah.
Anyway, next siguro, next stop natin doon sa topic would be rest between workouts. Kasi 'di ba, parang medyo majority naman nagre-rest talaga between between sets kasi hindi naman nila makaya. Pero how about rest between workouts? Yung tipo, chest day ako ngayon pero gusto ko lumaki chest ko so bukas chest day ulit ako. Wednesday chest day ulit. Thursday chest day ulit.
Just every day, no?
Diba? Okay.
Pero
So,
alam mo, naalala ko lang, no, talagang tumatak sa akin sinabi ni Sir Wisdom na at least 2 times a week doon sa muscle parts na yung muscle groups na yan. That's almost good enough for you to, sabi, ano to, lalakasan talaga self-motivation pag gym body, panay.
yeah, shout out kay
Oo
Sir
naman.
Pao.
Yes, shout out
Yes.
sa iyo, Sir Paolo. Ayun.
Ano, again, Coach Anjo, sige, continue lang natin.
Ayun lang,
Yung tungkol-
naalala ko lang nga, diba? Na at least twice a week, you work out yung muscle group na yun. That's good enough already.
Yes. And yun nga, before kasi, I was really curious about this topic. Parang what's with the twice a week ba? Bakit gigil na gigil? Di ba? What's with this twice a week thing? Kasi ever since, I've never adhered to the bro split, yung one muscle group.
One muscle group lang.
I never adhered to that one. Most of the time, I usually use yung upper, lower, legs, etc. So, yung tapos lagi nga yung sinasabi, twice a week. Bakit twice a week? Ano bang meron? What's the reason ba? Ay, parang magic number kasi, di ba? Whenever you read, sasabihin twice a week. If you read the recommendations from ACSM, sasabihin twice a week. Twice a week. Hit all your muscles. And apparently kasi, this is not solely related on the muscle protein synthesis. Pero there's a relation kasi. When you work out, your muscle protein synthesis, di ba, it, for lack of a better term, dictates muscle building. Tumataas yan. Kasi nag-workout ka, kailangan buuhin ulit ng katawan mo yung mga nasirang muscle. Tataas yan. Pero, after 24 hours, doubled na yan. So, ibig sabihin, you're now building talaga muscle. Pero at around 36 hours, it slowly goes decline. Kaya nga you don't have to rest sobra. Kasi parang, okay, it's over. Now you can start working out para we could increase it again. Diba? Yeah. So you don't have to rest for more than 36 hours. Kaya naging magic number would be around 48 hours. Diba? And there are other stuff din na medyo masyado ng sciencey when it comes to this one. Diba? So, ganun din siya. And siguro, when it comes to your glycogen stores. Ako, I teach this kasi sa PE class. Okay, so na-booking na. So, I'm also, I don't know if I was. I'm still pero yan, I'm a PE teacher, pero I teach young energy systems. And glycogen stores when we're fasting, ikaw, Coach Anjo, pag gising mo, mas magaan ka, di ba? Usually.
Yes.
Kasi most likely wala kang kinain eh. So you're fasting, you're depleted, di ba? Everything's lost, parang ganon. Pero the same thing goes when it comes to resistance training. You actually burn glycogen. So you have to rest kasi your glycogen will refill slowly.
Right.
And it depends on the goal. No? Puro goal tayo eh. Depends on the goal. Pag sobrang goal-oriented ka na lumaki talaga, maybe you're hitting the gym too much na you end up using it all up and then slower ang recovery. Kasi parang ganun yung sinasabi ng study. The harder you work out, the longer. Apparently, sport ni Coach Anjo, soccer, mas mabagal ang glycogen recovery. Diba? So, medyo nito sciencey. Okay, so hanap tayo ng mga, parang nagkakagulo na sila dito. Mag-share tayo.
Sabi, nakaka-frustrate kasi for me personally yung may rest dahil sa period. Kasi Gina ako mag-gym pero katawan ko hindi kaya. So I guess really
Yeah.
depends on the female exerciser because there are certain female gym goers na kahit na meron, kaya pa rin naman siguro nila. So there are others
Yes.
siguro talaga that really takes a toll in their body na it's better to rest it out than to just, force yourself to go to the gym.
Kasi hindi na shinare ng gym body ni Miss Kia, no? Yung wife ko naging gym body na talaga sa K-drama. Pero hindi na to na-share. Pero yung wife ko kasi, it depends. Parang meron siyang times na kaya naman niya. Pero meron din siyang times na talagang hindi niya kaya. Kasi meron mga parang added stuff na feel. Parang sabi ko nga, inaalaw ko siya na maybe it's just active. Parang sabi ko nga active recovery. She just keeps on moving pero not really pushing herself. She takes yung time na yun as her rest and recovery. Mahirap din kasi. Okay, wait lang. Hanap ako. Again, guys, Coach Anjo, encourage mo sila when it comes to our comment section na flooded na, may hinahanap ako.
Yes, guys. So, yun na nga, since this is a live thing that we're doing here, ang kagandahan ng live, we get to see your comments also live. So, kung meron ng spark man na idea sa inyo na, something that really interests you or you want to know about it, feel free to type it down there in the comment box below and we will more than be happy to answer it as much as we can. So, may nakita akong comment. Ilabas na yan.
Ayan. Kay Sir Wisdom to.
Okay.
Yes.
Nagkaklase po tayo ngayon. Sige, bro. Ikaw na magbasa niya, bro.
Ayan. Sabi ni Sir Wisdom, I remember this, sabi nga ni Sir Wisdom na even though in class you have your recommendations, di ba? Studies have shown na if you rest longer, I'm not sure, pero maybe si Sir Wisdom could share this, pero I think the study was 3 minutes and then a position stand was made that what if we do 4 minutes more, it improves our performance. Kasi syempre, yun nga, the focus is the workout. So parang ito, sabi ni Sir Wisdom, 3 minutes versus 1 minute. Yun parang sa study. And apparently, the longer rest allowed for achievements, yung goal nga, which is intensity and volume, etc. And ako, ito yung, I don't know if position stand to, Sir Wisdom, hindi ko na maalala yung mga nababasa ko pero I think yun nga sinabi, how much rest could we still benefit? Parang ganun nata yung question Gaano pa ba katagal na pahinga that your performance still improves? Pero yun, sabi ni Sir Wisdom, you spend significantly more time per session.
Yun nga. Yun yung parang trade-off nun.
Yes.
Talaga matagal ka lang sa pag-workout.
Benefits. Yes. Paano kung ayaw mo nga tumagal sa gym? 10 seconds. Wag naman, guys.
Again, it boils down to your goal. If you want to be serious about progressing, may progression ka sa strength mo, even with your, you really have to take these things into consideration. May science na behind it
At saka, siguro Coach Anjo, another thing, di ba, no? We don't really want to get injured. Kasi when we get injured, it hinders our performance. And syempre, yung workouts natin. And ang isa kasing magandang point dito, when it comes to, let's say, deloads na, that you have different tissues sa katawan We're not just talking about muscles when we're working out.
Right.
Your ligaments, your tendons, etc. And those things apparently don't recover as fast compared to your muscles.
Your muscle, yes.
Especially healing time nga daw it's longer. Kaya nga it's better to have this time when you've accumulated enough. Ako honestly, Coach Anjo, I've felt this one before kasi sabi nga ni Miss Kia, rest is for the weak. Okay, so hindi talaga ako nagre-rest. Tapos yung elbow ko talaga sobrang sakit na kasi overuse
Overuse na siya.
Pile up of yung stress, diba? Paulit-ulit, wala man lang pahinga. Kaya nga ako, after that one, yun, medyo nagte-taper ako. Again guys, don't get us wrong. Okay, pag sinabi namin ni Coach Anjo na rest, it doesn't mean hilata lang tayo, di ba? There are things called active recovery.
Active rest,
diba?
yes.
Yes. Or ayan, deload where you could tapering down, lowering the volume, lowering the
Yes.
weight, going back again. So baka kasi biglang meron, ayun si Sir Elmer pala. Shout out kay Sir Elmer.
Oh, good evening, Sir
Medyo
Elmer. Welcome,
na-late si
welcome.
Sir
Nakaabot
Elmer.
kayo.
But again, segue natin Coach Anjo, Spotify. Sabihin
Oh,
natin kay Sir
yes.
Elmer.
Ayan guys, so meron bale, kung naalala nyo, we had our previous live streams. We're talking about different stuff about spot reduction, about those things. If you want to revisit them guys, ayan na po, nasa Spotify na kami. So yung season
Yeah.
1 ng aming Spotify for Collective Kinetics, ito yung mga what the fat topics namin from the previous live streams. So all of them are already uploaded sa Spotify. So just in case you want to be reminded of these topics, you can simply go to Spotify and revisit and listen to our podcast, podcast or feature ang mga last and previous live streams. So lahat yun naka-upload sa Spotify.
Improving, no? Improving tayo. May
Tsaka
meron
kung
pa
gusto
kami
niyo makita, sa simula ng live stream na to, meron rin tayong loading screen, di ba? Before we start.
Diba?
Level up. Yeah, level up talaga.
Ayan, I think ang dami, first time to ang dami nating questions.
Questions.
Okay, when it comes to eto, sabi, I think si Coach
Nakakataba ba
Anjo,
ang pag-stop sa workout na more than 48 hours or 2 days? Nakakataba kasi yung concern dito nakakataba. So, for me, ang pinaka concern natin dyan is your diet. Kasi, if your concern is nagpapataba ka ba, so, whether you work out or not, it doesn't matter as long as you have the right diet, makukuha mo pa rin yung goal mo. Kunwari hindi ka nag-workout for 2 days, kumain ka naman ng kumain, nakaka-caloric surplus ka, definitely tataba tayo. But, if hindi ka naman nag-workout for more than 2 days, pero nakaka-caloric deficit ka naman, huwag ka mag-alala, hindi kayo tataba. Hindi kayo tataba.
Diba? Tama yan. Kasi syempre you have to adjust, no? Tama ba, Coach Andrew? You have to adjust your diet. Kasi hindi ka naman nga kumikilos So if you're going to eat the same way, tapos hindi ka nga kumikilos, although syempre, siguro maganda din tignan to. It should not be a daily thing masyado. Baka naman kasi napaka-daily yung tingin, di ba? The accumulated calories for the week also. Baka naman ngayon, caloric deficit ka. Bukas nag-workout ka plus 250,000 calories.
Dahil isipan niya, nagdag-diet naman ako nung nakaraan, so pwede na ako mag-samgyupsal. Weekend naman. Yung mga ganun.
I think meron akong perfect na hindi naman perfect, pero story na i-share coming from my client. Na parang, they're dieting for the week. Tapos, because it's hard for them to diet, maliit lang yung deficit. It's around parang 350, 500 deficit.
Okay.
Diba? Tapos, sabi niya, there are days na hindi niya nasunod. So, parang 3 days lang ata siya nakapag-deficit, which is still fine kasi there's still a deficit.
There's still a deficit,
Diba? Kaso, pagdating sa weekend,
alam ko na.
Plus 1,000 on both days.
Ala!
Deficit niya lang.
Total accumulated calories. Para na-offset lang.
Hindi lang nga na-offset. Bumigat pa siya 500 calories more. So,
actually,
diba? Ikaw, Coach Anjo, any experience on the parang weekly na deficit na yan? Minsan, ino-offset lang.
Kasi, to be honest, when I'm counting, I make sure to really count na kumaga hindi ko siya gagawin ng 2 days or 3 days lang. Kasi para hindi ako mahirapan sa sarili ko, kunwaring off-season tayo, sige, hindi ako magka-count, okay lang. Because I know I want to enjoy that season. Probably it's a holiday or meron ako ina-expect na birthday season or birthday week or whatever. So, I really give myself that kind of freedom. O sige, wag ka muna magbilang ng calories mo kahit mag-caloric surplus ka. Sige, go. Enjoyin mo yan. Pero, I make it a point na after all of the celebrations are done, and then when I finally decide to be serious about my diet at magbibilang na ako ulit, I make sure na dapat, caloric deficit tayo almost every day tayo magka-caloric deficit. Para man lang kung ano man yung ikinataba mo those past weeks, alam mo naman na mababawi mo siya by doing this. So, mas ganun yung take ko on that.
Okay. Ako naman, baliktad naman ang mindset ko parang kay Coach Anjo. Ako naman, siguro prepper. Prepper style ba?
Ah,
Prepper style. Parang, if I plan na there's a parang big event na
mm.
kakain talaga, I try to diet down a little bit before para if
Before.
ever sobra ako. After
Okay na okay
naman,
lang.
not
Ah,
so much yung ida-diet ko kasi
yeah.
kaya nga, whatever floats your boat, guys, kung
Right, that's right.
anong mas madaling gawin sa inyo. If you want to prep before or do it after, it's up to you.
Pero alam mo,
Again,
Coach John, in relation to that, kunwari lang, tomorrow, nagbibilang ako ng calories ko Pero bukas, meron may birthday celebration daw sa gabi pa. So ang gagawin ko, here's my style. Even though I'm counting my calories, I'm counting my macros So para pasok pa rin ako sa caloric deficit, talagang medyo magka-sacrifice ako ng some of my meals in the morning and in the afternoon. Hindi ako magkakain ng madami or I'll skip my breakfast. I'll eat a little lunch, siguro enough for me to have energy for my workout. And then ibubuhos ko lahat doon sa dinner na yon. Parang ganun yung
tama,
style ko.
tama.
Ganun yung style ko.
Ganyan din ako, especially pag kuwari, nako, syempre, di
Iba
ba,
yun
wala na.
chef.
So I prep for that one. Morning pa lang, sometimes the day before,
The day
I'm
before
already
pa,
trying
di
to
ba?
reduce my calories.
Sorry, the
For
day
that,
before.
di ba? It is what it is. Kasi
It is what it is.
siguro medyo psych-based na, no? Parang we don't want naman na this fitness stuff is interfering so much with our social lives
Correct.
na parang
Correct.
fitness na lang. Sometimes di ba, we use fitness to have better quality of life and that's part of yung quality of life.
Yes.
So hindi naman siguro, bawal
Tama
yan,
naman.
forever bawal, di ba? If it's come on, once a week or once a month, di ba? As long as
Correct.
balance naman, pwede naman siguro. Ayan. Anyway, guys, if you have questions, okay, marami-rami na kaming nasagot. And if hindi namin nabasa kasi nagkagulo na din sa chat, hindi nga lang love life ang usapan. Pero again, don't hesitate to remind us of questions or possible
Yes.
questions. Okay, ano ba? Sige, scroll lang muna ako. Sorry guys, again, we don't have a mod. Okay, nagpaparinig ba tayo, Coach Anjo?
Habang nag-research ka, Coach Jan, na pwede natin masagot pa na question, no? Bale, guys, by next week, on March 20, meron kaming, since nabanggit namin to last week, if you guys did watch us last week, nag-announce kami, di ba, na we are already partnered with Decathlon Masinag. So, again, congratulations to us, props to Collective Kinetics for this collaboration. So, ngayon, guys, meron kaming live stream next week sa March 20 yan, March 28. Tama ba 8 p.m.? 8 p.m., no? 8
Yes,
p.m.
8 p.m.
Magla-live naman kami for Decathlon Masinag. And guys, remind you, like last week, sinabi namin, nagpapamigay kami ng mga prizes. Next week na po yan sa aming live stream for Masinag. Kaya guys, kung gusto nyo makakuha ng aming mga special prizes, at syempre mas masaya yun dahil meron tayong prize. Usually pag may prize, maraming magpa-participate. So guys, ngayon pa lang, alam nyo na to. So malamang sa malamang, kung gusto nyo sumali, pumunta na kayo at mag-join kayo next week. Again, that will be on March 20. Go to Masinag, Decathlon Masinag page sa Facebook. Doon kami magla-live and magkakaroon kayo ng chance to win special gifts or special prizes from us as well as with Decathlon.
Siyempre, di ba? It's not just for us. It's for everyone, di ba?
For everyone,
Fitness
syempre.
for everyone. May ganun ba tayong tagline?
Fitness for... Parang pinag-usapan natin dati yan no? Fitness for everyone. Hala, may quiz!
Nako.
Yung mechanics and how to win, malalaman nyo yan the day itself. So,
yes.
Kung pa-quiz type yan, baka, tingnan natin, mag-review kayo sa mga previous topics namin. Malay mo, tingnan natin.
Baka pala kaya tayo nagpa-Spotify para maka-review sila,
para
di ba?
Para may reviewer sila, di ba?
Diba? 10-item quiz. Okay, 3-minute time limit. Ang hirap no? Kailangan na ba natin pakita yung prices? para
Feeling ko
makita nila.
wag muna. Feeling ko
Para
mas okay na lang
excited.
talaga na makita nila doon the day itself para doon na lang nila malalaman, di ba? Kung di kayo
Yeah.
manonood, hindi nyo malalaman.
Exactly.
Di ba?
Yeah, sayang naman, 'di ba? Sayang naman.
Oo, sayang
And
naman.
I think this would help sa ibang ibang tao, okay, na hindi pumupunta sa gym. With
Yes.
regards to their fitness.
Sa
Especially
mga
ngayon natin.
nag-workout sa bahay, perfect sa inyo to, guys.
Yes. Oh,
Sabi ni
yan
Karen, dapat
sabi.
ganun din gawin ng mga prof. Nasa Spotify na din para madali mag-review. Yung mga
Pati yung
lectures, ano.
pagalit, no?
Pati yung mga
Pati,
sinusuway niya mga students. Nakakaya
pati yung
yun.
pagalit pre-recorded na. I-click-click mo
Oo.
lang kung ano mali yung answer mo, i-click-click mo din. Pagalit 1. Okay, words of encouragement.
Awesome ka, Rashid. Lahat na talaga, no?
Motivational speech. Yung mga ganun eh, no? Parang ang
Gusto ko
weird
yun.
nun. Pero I think, di ba, Spotify, usually kasi, di ba, you have lessons din naman online. Parang, I don't know with other schools, pero you have online stuff naman where you could
Usually
watch.
mga ano yan eh, mga webinars na nakasave.
Yes.
For example.
Or you could listen to Collective Kinetics, especially kung fitness and PE yan. Diba?
Yan.
Ask your questions.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so eto, sabi ni Sir Elmer.
Truthfully.
Poshness. Oh,
So Sir Elmer,
magaling.
dapat makita namin kayo next March 20. We hope to see you
Yes.
there.
Yes. And sino pa ba? Okay. Anyway, siguro last ano natin on rest. Last
On
take
rest.
on rest. Parang ano ba?
Sige.
Summary. What's your parang
siguro masasabi ko na lang din na you have to keep in mind na lang what your goal and your reason for working out. Let's say if you're an athlete, then definitely there's a different program altogether with rest also kung paano yung mga athletes mag-rest. At iba rin naman ang pagre-rest ng mga regular exercisers. Plus guys, I want you to understand na if hindi naman talaga tayo nasa elite athlete level, wag naman tayo maging super hard on ourselves na puspusan tayo mag-workout or whatnot. Kasi iba naman yung goals ng mga elite athletes, iba rin naman ang mga goals ng mga regular exercisers. So do what you can and don't overdo it. And if you feel like you need to rest, at malalaman mo rin naman siguro yun when your body's already telling you to rest, then pakinggan natin yung katawan natin. Mag-rest tayo. Ikaw naman, Coach John, what's your
siguro
summary and your final message?
Siguro same din sa kay Coach Anjo. Siyempre, it's always goal-related. Kasi yun nga, baka nga kasi you're going to enter a competition where rest times are monitored, then you would benefit from really monitoring your rest. Diba? Pero if the goal is to lift enough weights, diba? Again, listen to your body. Pace yourself.
Yes.
Diba? Nasa sa inyo yan. If you do your research, these are all guidelines on what siguro para to have an idea that rest is important. Diba? Tama yung sabi ni Coach Anjo diba? Especially kung talagang kailangan mo na mag-rest, nafe-feel mo din naman yan sa katawan mo. You're not gaining strength, you're having pain sa joints, you're not recovering enough, maybe hindi ka nga makatulog, diba? Yung mga ganong stuff. Maybe it's about time na diba? It's about time to really rest. Right. Siguro naman, sabi nga around week 4 to 6, you can start deloading. Okay? Just to make sure that you don't push yourself too much. Kaya tama yung sabi ni Coach Anjo, di ba? Huwag todo-todo, especially if hindi naman, di ba? Longevity and consistency.
Yes.
Tama ba, Coach Anjo?
Mas importante talaga yun.
Exactly. Baka naman sira na yung legs mo sa ginagawa mo. Wala squat, di ba?
Wala rin, di ba? Oo.
Di ba?
Ang problema kasi doon, pag sinasagad sa simula, baka in the long run, when we get older, we don't know, we might have future problems pa because sinagad-sagad natin when we are younger. And again, longevity, tama kayo.
Experience.
Di ba?
Client, sinagad-sagad niya, hindi pala client, parang gym goer. Okay. Sinagad-sagad niya, di na siya bumalik. So,
Isa pa yun.
nasaktan siguro siya sobra. So, ayaw niya na din, di ba?
Isa pa yun, isa pa yun.
Share na lang natin last. Okay, so parang yung classmate mo, napipicturean lang notebook mo.
Gusto natin
Kasi
mag-note.
tinamad mag-notes.
Random riddle. What do birds do before they work out?
Ma'am
What
Karen,
do
ano
birds-
yun?
Sige, sagutin natin bago tayo mag-end. What do birds do before they work out? Do
I have
birds
no
work?
idea.
They tweet daw, sabi ni Mio.
Right.
We give up. We don't know.
Share natin ito mamaya. Merong words of wisdom from Sir Wisdom. Isa-isahin lang natin yung mga final chat nila kasi
Sige,
nakakaaliw.
sige. Why did the acid go to...
Ma'am Karen, we're expecting you to give us yung answers in our
next meeting natin, ha?
They're warmed up.
They do their warm-ups. Nakakainis.
Panalo. Ito yung, guys, again, for those who are watching, ito pala yung at ito yung sagot.
Yung sagot niya.
Si Miss Kia naman, why do birds suddenly...
What do birds do before they work out?
Ito pala, shoutout pala. Okay,
Shout out kay Lorraine. Yes. Manlapas.
Okay,
Hello, welcome sa
remember,
live stream.
wala din yung
Birds
bloat.
suddenly
Diet and... By the way, tayo pala si Miss Lorraine. Medyo bloated ata siya. So we have to do something about that diet and other
Yes.
stuff. And final
Sabi service them. Final words. You have plenty of time to rest when you're dead. Service them talaga. Joke tayo ng service them eh. Go hard all the time.
Pero honestly, this is true.
This ko naman.
Rest all you want. Only rest to, only rest.
Eternal
So
rest
again,
yan. Eternal
guys,
rest.
sa mga hindi namin nabasa, okay, sorry, medyo ubos-ubos na din yung time. Okay,
Yes.
so share na lang. Mag-click na lang ako ng mga pahabol dyan.
Miss Jen,
Okay,
hello
so
Miss
thank you
Jen.
everyone for watching. So any announcements, Anjo?
Again guys, sa mga bagong pasok, no, maganda kami. Pero again, we're promoting our live stream next week. That will be on March 20, 8 p.m. Magkakaroon kami ng live... Wait lang, Mia. Magkakaroon kami ng live stream for Decathlon Masinag. Sorry guys.
Ako, big kayo na men.
Di ba pala yun? Malay mo SM. For Decathlon Masinag, doon, so punta kayo sa Facebook page ng Decathlon Masinag at magkakaroon kami doon ng live stream 8 p.m. on March 20. At ang kagandahan doon guys, magkakaroon kami ng special prizes na pwedeng-pwede nyo magamit for your home workouts. Kaya kung interested kayo dyan at kung gusto nyo malaman ano ba itong mga prizes na to, wag kayong mawawala. Huwag kayong kalimutan guys para ma-notify kayo. Follow our page. Okay? And don't forget, we already are on Spotify. Balikan nyo yung mga previous live streams namin. And kita-kits tayo again next week.
2 weeks na lang.
Okay, so big kayo na men.
Hello.
Joke lang.
Hello.
Pero hindi natin alam, di ba? Malay mo. Malay mo. Anyway, guys, thank you again for listening. Again,
Thank you guys.
follow us. And for those who missed the intro, dumadami pa sila. It's kind of weird, pero patapos na. Okay, this is our... Okay, so we leave you with this one, guys. Thank you.
Thank you guys. See you again next week. Bye-bye.